I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean and I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I she support ride, lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, brother, better never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take no squeeze. Reporting live from the winning side. Shoot down the ride, never tie. You will never know, you ain't never try. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the rings. What I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the rings. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, taste of the rings. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coops. Oh no, no, I can't be number 2.
Well, Coach, no rain in the forecast. That's the good news, but it is a chilly December day here in the Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be taken in at the 1. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
14.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Green 80.
51. Hey, pick your game up.
12.
Flare.
25.
Here's Carson. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And look at this. They're keeping the punter on the sideline. They're going to go for it here on the opening drive.
Well.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 13-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is Gallman. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Let's get that ball right here. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Wild Bill. Mike, 51.
On third down, Wilson. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down.
51, Mike, 51. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
They'll try to run with Carson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make it 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. It's caught by Mike Evans. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it with Jones. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, Your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Looking for Evans, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson. Flushed out right. And an alley to run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
36 power.
On 1st down, Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 1st down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Runs over it. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. On 1st down, Carson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. I'm here all day. 51's a Mike. 51's a Mike.
One left.
Field.
One left.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
From the 24, Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Cut, green 80.
Mike 51. Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 15-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Watch it, alert.
Strong right. Hustle. Strong right. 51 the Mike.
Gun.
I got one. Mike 51.
There's Wilson to throw. And he's got the hook up to Moore. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Check.
51 looks small.
To throw on 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it.
Jason Myers for the Seahawks field goal.
And Myers able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
The free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Carl Nassib there on the tackle. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 24. And no return on this one as the fair catch is